class. So, okay, students, today we are going to see about how a function will return a multiple values to the call statement. So far, we discussed how a function is returning a single value. Okay, we are passing many arguments. We passed 2 or 3 arguments. After that, function will calculate. I mean, do the calculation. Then afterwards, return the single value one. But how to return multiple values from the function? Let me see. Okay. So whenever you can see in other programming language, a function can return a single value, but in Python, it is the one of the specialty. The function can return multiple values to the call state. That's why the first line. Unlike other programming language, Python lets you return more than one value from the function. In C++ or in Java, the function will return a single value. It may be a string, it may be a character, it may be integer or whatever data type, but it will return a single value only, single statement only. But in Python, we can return multiple values, okay, to the call statement. So that's why today we are going to see how a function will return a multiple values to the call statement. Okay, so you know that how to pass multiple arguments. Can you do? Do you know it or not? How to pass multiple arguments? Do you know it or not? How to pass multiple arguments?
No, sir.
Don't know. You don't know how to pass multiple arguments? Yesterday we have seen on the program also in simple interest, P and N and R, 3 values we are passing. Can you recall it?
Yes,
Someone said no, I think. Who's that?
Tejavant, sir.
Tejavant. Okay, okay. Now you understand no what is how to pass multiple arguments,
I
how to
thought
receive.
it was another
No,
pass.
no. Okay, let me see one example program, then you can get the clarity. Okay, till you go to the program. Here, 1 minute. You can see the screen. Then we will do the same thing. General, I will define a function. How the function is returning multiple argument. Let me see. For example, we are passing the 3 string values. Then the function will return, make the 3 strings into a uppercase. Okay. Let me write the program for that. I already said first part should be what? Definition, function definition. Main program should be better to use at the last of the function. So I'm just giving some space. I'm started to write the main function. Okay, so I'm receiving the values from the user. So a equal to I'm getting one value, one integer, one string I'm getting. Okay, so input of okay, so I'm here. I'm mentioning enter string one str1. Okay, so string one I just got and it's stored in a. Okay, then b equal to input again. I'm getting 3 input. Okay, enter string 2. Okay, then C value also I'm getting the same thing. Input of enter string 3. So 3 strings I'm getting from the user. Okay. So afterwards, what I'm doing, I'm making the call statement. So I'm going to define a function. That function will receive 3 strings and it will convert into the uppercase or lowercase. We can do some things. I'm just string conversion. So I'm giving r equal to r is merely variable to receive this. Okay, r equal to strcon. That is string conversion. I'm just giving a name, whatever name we can give. Okay, it is the function name only, no. So we can give whatever name as per the identifier rule. Okay, string strcon. I'm just giving cov. Okay, conversion. And then I'm passing the 3 arguments. What are the arguments I'm passing? A, comma B, comma C. So A, B, and C are called as arguments. Okay, now I made the call statement. Okay, Then after the function will return, no, so I'm printing the R. So R is the result. R is the variable used to receive the result or values from the function. Okay. So now I wrote the main program. Let I go to the function. I'm going to define a function. What the function wants to do. Okay. Def is a keyword to define a function. String name. What is the function name? strcov is a function name. Here I'm using this a comma b comma c are what type of arguments? Yesterday we have seen, and 2 days back we have seen also 3 type of arguments are there. As you said, question argument, default argument, and one more thing is what? Named argument. Okay. So here a, yes, a comma b comma c, these three are called as what type of argument? Whether it is question argument or named argument. Question or name? Named. Whether we are giving any name, a equal to something, if you are mentioning any variable, like as a variable assignment, if you are mentioning any value, we are assigning any value, that is called named argument. Here a comma b comma c are position argument. Okay, normal argument, non-default argument. Okay, now I'm going to write the parameter. You can see the first line. Here I'm just going to do x comma y comma z. Sorry, x comma y then z. These are all parameters. Okay, this is what type of parameter? Is it any default value we mentioned? Default arguments are there. The first line is we mention any default value? No.
No.
Yes, it is normal position argument. So a value will be passed to x, b value will be passed to y, and c value will be passed to where?
Z.
Z. Very good. So now we made the call and discuss the function definition. So I'm just making x dot upper function I'm using in order to convert the string, entered string into capital letter. That is all the things to be uppercase. Okay, upper function I'm using. You know the function, no, upper function is used to convert the given string into capital letters or else uppercase. Okay, so I'm just using and y equal to y dot upper function I use and z dot upper. I'm converting all the given strings, received strings. Okay, as a parameter is received the x comma y comma z. So the three strings I'm converting into what? Uppercase. Okay, by using upper function, default function. This is built-in function. Whether we are defining the upper function, no, it is already defined in the function Python library. So we are merely using it by simply calling the function. We are using it. Okay. So now I made the three things to be in the uppercase. Okay. Then afterwards I am return x comma y comma z. Okay. So I am returning the value. So these are all the empty spaces. I am removing the empty space. One space is enough. Okay. Now you can understand. Now you learn the program. So the three inputs we got in the 7th line and 8th and 9th line. Okay, then we are 10th line, we are making the call statement. The function name is strcov, a comma b comma c. These are all arguments. So we are passing three arguments to the function. Then the function will be called. Where the function is defined at the first line, it is defined. So we can easily understand where the function is defined by using the keyword def, def function name, same function name, strcov. Here x comma y comma z, three parameters are ready to receive the three arguments. In function call statement, we are passing three arguments. Okay, in function header, the first line, no, that is called function header. I already explained to you. Okay, here x comma y comma z, the three parameters are ready to receive the values which is passed as the argument. So that is a comma b comma c. So a value will be stored to x, b value will be stored to y, and c value will be stored to z. Afterwards, we are converting the x and y and z value into the uppercase. Then we are returning the x and x, y, z, three values. So you can see the 10th line again. R is a variable ready to receive the value. Okay, what values receive? R will receive what values? What the values is passed by the R will receive what the function is returning. R equal to, you can see the 10th line, R equal to str cov of a comma b comma c. The function returns certain things. No, that returning value only the R will receive. R is a variable that will receive. So what the function is returning?
XYZ.
Three values is returning. That's why today's topic is how your function is returning multiple values. How your that is in main program call statement will receive the multiple values from the function. That is our topic today. Okay. So here you can see the function is receive. As you said, the function is receiving how many values? Sorry, returning how many values? The function is returning how many values? Three values. Here only one variable are there. Which variable in 10th line? R.
or
Okay, so R want to receive the three values in it. Okay, that is the question. How it will receive that? If you're asking the question, it will receive in the form of tuple. That's the answer. Okay, how it will receive multiple values? Because there three values we are giving, but here only one variable are there. How it will receive that? One value means it will easily receive. If you want to receive multiple values means there is no multiple variable, only one variable only be given, that is R. Okay, so how a single variable will receive a multiple values from the function means the answer is it will receive in the form of tuple. Okay, are we clear how it will receive? It will receive multiple values, 2 values, 3 values, even 20 values, at the n number of values receive, but how it will receive means the form of tuple. Okay, if I execute this program you can understand. So string 1, so I am just typing apple, and string 2, I'm just typing year, year, and string 3 and week. Okay, so I'm just giving 3 strings. Then you can see how the function is returning. We asked to print the R at last in the program. How it is receiving? Can you see what type of what is the data type of this return R? What is the data type of R?
Tuple.
You can see that. Yes.
Tuple,
Yes.
sir.
Tuple. You can see it is in the parenthesis. Can you able to see parenthesis of apple is one value, year is one value. I think it's not converted. Later I will check it. Okay, so it is converting. Wait 1 minute. I'm just giving here x equal to 1 minute, or else I'm just using another variable. Okay, if d, then e equal to like that I'm just giving, and then f equal to. You can use the same thing. I'm just passing the d comma e comma f. Okay, so it will returning the value. I'm executing again. Year and week. So you can now you can check it. Okay, the function is what it will receive. The function receives the 3 arguments, and the parameters are, what are the parameters? X comma y comma z. 3 parameters are received the arguments a, b, and c. Okay, then what after that what we are doing? X dot upper function. So x value will be converted into the upper function, that is uppercase. Then that value will be stored in d, variable d. Okay, we can use the same variable also. X equal to x dot upper. So x value will be converted into uppercase, then it will be stored. Okay, for in order to avoid confusion, I'm using different variables. Okay, so d and e equal to y dot upper and f equal to z dot upper function. So all the three strings we pass, the three strings will be converted to the uppercase and return d comma e, that is d comma e comma f. Okay, so three variables, three values we are returning to the call statement. The call statement here R is a variable ready to receive the three values. It receives the three values in the form of tuple. You can see apple comma year comma week in the form of tuple. You can see the parentheses. Okay, that I will go to the program for better understanding. See the program. Could you understand this one? How your function receives multiple values. How to pass? One of the students have confusion. Now you can clear it. How to pass multiple arguments that we are seeing from the starting onward. Here A, B, C are arguments. X, Y, Z are what? X comma Y comma Z are what?
Parameters.
name.
Somebody said something. Name. No, parameter x comma y comma z in the function
Sir, sir,
template.
sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, yes, I'm hearing. The first line, please check the first line. Def strcov x comma y comma z. These three are parameters receiving the a value and b value and c value. Okay. Then afterwards we are modifying the values, modifying the string. So we are passed one string. That string we are modifying. What we are modifying? We are converting into the uppercase. Then you can clearly see the fifth line. Return d comma e comma f. Three values we are returning. So far we have seen only one value. So now first time we are seeing how to return multiple values to the call state. Okay. So we are returning the multiple values. Here in the 10th line, you can come to the 10th line. R is the variable ready to receive the multiple values. How it is received in the form of tuple. That is the point again I am saying, because this point is very important. That's why I am saying again. Okay. So here 10th line R is received. After this we print the R. That's why we got the tuple in the form of apple comma a comma week we have seen. Okay. Then one more thing, unpacking a tuple. This concept you already learned in the second chapter. How to unpack a tuple? Can anyone can remember, or can anyone can answer? How to unpack a tuple? That's the question. Can you able to answer? Hello, is it audible? Am I audible to you?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you remember? Can you recall how to unpack a tuple? You forgot or what? Okay, I will say this. If you don't know, means say, sir, I forgot, sir. Like this, you can say. Then I can easily recognize you, know. That's why I should not waste the time also. Listen here. So here, how to unpack a tuple means how many variables, how many elements are there in the tuple. That equal number of variables we need to assign. Okay. For example, here we pass the d comma e comma f. Three values we are returning. So what is the number of elements? Three elements. So here we need to assign what? Three variables. Okay. So I'm just giving r comma. I will just use I comma j. I comma j comma k. 1 minute. I comma j comma k. j comma k. Okay. So three variables. You can see the 10th line. Here I'm making three variables, I and j and k. Three variables I'm assigning in order to receive the multiple values from the function. Because the function is returning three values, here three variables are ready to receive the three values. So actually what will happen? D value will be received by what? I. And E value will be received by which variable? J. And the F value will be received by K. Can you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Be able to understand? Okay. So DEF, the function is returning. You can see the fifth line. The function is returning three values. Then you come to the 10th line. The three variables we are assigning I comma j comma k. Here three variables are ready to receive the values which is passed by the function as returned by the function. Not passed. The function is returning three values. The three values will be received by here three variables. Now we need to print the three variables. Now what I'm just typing that, you can see I comma j comma then k. So here I'm printing the three values. Now you can say the same thing. Okay. Now same thing I'm typing apple in order to understand. And second string year. And third string we given what? Week. Okay. So it will receive apple is separate. Whether how it will return? It's a normal value. What is the data type of the I and j and k? What is the type of I, j and k? It is a string. It's not a tuple. Apple is a string. No, here is a string and week is a string data type, str data type. Are you able to understand this concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the function is returning the values. If we are assigning equal number of values, means it will return as it is in the same data type. We are suppose instead of the string, we are passing the numbers. They go to the program. Okay, if instead of the string, if you are passing the number, it will receive in the form of which number we pass it. After the function, what the function is returning, same data type it will receive. For example, the function is returning integer data type, means here three variables will be received the integer data type. Okay, if the function is positive, for example, last thing r equal to last program before we modification 10th line, we given what r equal to strcov of a comma b comma c. So the function is returned def. What is the data type of d comma e comma f? What is the data type of d? You didn't understand what my question?
String.
String. So D data type and E and F, three data types are what? String data type only. Three variables. What is the data type of the three variables? Mean that is string. But how, for example, R is received no last program before modification. What is the data type R? What was the data type of R?
Tuple.
Tuple. Okay. Okay. So it will receive in the form of tuple. Okay, so why means we are the function is returning three values, here only one variable, that's why it will receive in the form of tuple. Okay, but here now in this program, present program, you can see the 10th line, three variables we are declared in order to receive the values which is returned by the function. So the what is the data type of d comma e comma f string? So now the d value will be assigned to I, E value will be received by J, J, and the F value will be received by K. So the three values, what is the data type of I and J and K mean? Same string only. Okay. Do you understand this concept or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we go to the next topic? Have we thoroughly this? How to
Yes,
pass multiple arguments? How your function can return multiple values to the call statement. This is the concept. Did you understood this concept?
yes, sir.
Have you are clear?
Sir.
Okay. Okay, in future you want to write your own program. That time you should not have the confusion. If you have that time, if you have the confusion, means you are not strong in the concept. That's the you can easily recognize, analyze yourself. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Whenever the teacher is teaching, whenever I'm teaching, please listen carefully. If you have any doubt on the time, means you can ask, or else refer the book. The second thing, after that, I already asked you, I already said to you, just minimum half an hour, take the book and read the concept which is start on the day. Okay. Then if you have any doubt, means underline that. Okay. Then next day you can ask. The book it is mentioned like this. I didn't understand this point, sir. I didn't understand this line. Like this, you can mark in pencil and then you can ask it. Or else you can keep the digital copy with in front of you, then you can ask. Or take down in a paper or note. That's better. Okay. So follow this in order to get around this computer science concept. Okay. So let me go to the next topic. 1 minute. So this is the thing we have seen. 1 minute. I will change this. Here, that one example program unpacking we have seen. Here you can see example. One more example program for that. Here n1, n2, n3. Three integer number we are getting from the user that will be stored in the respective variables n1, n2, and n3. Okay. New num equal to it is
Sir?
one variable. Yes.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Is it not audible? Is it okay?
Sir, it's okay, sir. For
Oh.
him.
For him. Okay, okay. I think for Chandru.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. But is it if you if my voice is going down means I think some network issue, but in my area it is not. Okay, please refer that. Chandru, especially refer the video. I will post immediately. I mean, within half an hour I will post the video session in our link in our WhatsApp group. Please refer it. Okay. Try to be in the constantly in the class. Okay. So 3 values we are in this program. 3 variables receive get the input from the user. Here new num is a single variable ready to receive what? Can you say? New num is a variable we declared new num equal to add 10 of n1 comma n2 comma n3. What the new num variable will receive? This is the question. Can anybody able to answer? What the new num variable will receive?
Sir, it will receive the
Impulse, sir.
tuple containing the 3 elements.
Yes, actually it is. We don't know what the function will return. No, generally the new num is a variable. As you said, is correct. Exactly, 2% are trying to set very correct answer. Here we don't know what the function will return. We can say generally what the function is returning, that it will receive. If the function is returning multiple values, means it will receive in the form of tuple. Suppose the function is returning a single value, then how it will receive? It will receive as it is. For example, if the function is returning string data type, means it will receive in the form of string. If the function is returning integer data type, means it will receive the form of integer. Float means float. There is no conversion in that. Okay, so you can see in this program new num equal to add 10. What is add 10? Can anyone say what is add 10? Add 10.
Adding 10, sir.
Adding 10. Is it mentioning adding 10? Add 10. What is add 10?
It's a function name.
Very good. We no need to
It's a
look
function
deep
name,
into
sir.
it. We no need to look deep into it. We can, yes, as you said, it is a function name. Okay, add 10 is merely a function name. We no need to think about what the function will do and all, whatever it may do. Okay, so that is not our matter. Add 10 is a function name. N1, N2, N3. These are all called as what? N1, N2, N3 are called as what?
Arguments, sir.
Very good. Arguments. So here, how many arguments we are passing? 3 arguments we are passing. Okay. Then come to the first line of the program. That is function definition. Def add 10 of x comma y comma z, then colon. What is the line? The first line of the program is called what? I mean, in this, not asking about main program. The first line of the def add 10 of x comma y comma z close parenthesis colon. This entire line is called as what?
Function
What is
header, sir.
Very good. Function header. Okay. Then x comma y comma z are called as what? X comma y.
Parameters.
Very good. X,
Parameters.
y, z are called parameters. Very good. Now the function is
Question
written.
argument, sir.
What type of argument means? That is question argument. Okay. But here generally we can call it as very good question. Very good question. I really appreciate you. It is generally we can say it is a parameter. What type of argument? If the question is asked, then we have to say it is position argument. Okay, right. It's a good question. And let me go to the next line. Return how many values the function is returning. How many values add 10 function is returning? How many values the add 10 function is returning?
3.
3. So x plus 10, y plus 10, z plus 10. So we are passing, for example, n1 is 1, n2 value is 2, n3 value is 3. Okay. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 value will be passed to x comma y comma z. So 1 plus 10, 2 plus 10, 3 plus 10. What will return? 11, 12 and 13. The 3 values will be returned and the new num is a variable. Come to the main program. Main program new num equal, sorry. New num equal to, here the new num variable will receive the 3 values in the form of what? Whether it is to receive the form of integer or floating data type or string or tuple.
Tuple, sir.
Okay. So the new num is a variable, will receive the values from the add10 function, but in the form of, because the add10 function returning three values, more than one value. So definitely it will receive in the form of tuple. Okay. So now what is the data type of new num means? We can say what? Tuple. The question if this asks what is the data type of new num, then we have to say what? What it is? Tuple. Okay. Then print of new num. Okay. Then the new num value will be get printed. Have you understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let me go for the next one. Yes, you can see the output. So 10, 20, 30, three values is we get from the user, and we are adding 10. The add function will add the 10 values to the each arguments or each parameter. Then it is returning 20, 30, and 40. Okay, that is the thing. Then unpacking that I said no, we have discussed. Let me see. We have seen I comma j comma k in our own program. We have dealt no. You can see the same program. N1, N3, N2, and N3 as the variable receives the value from the user. We are calling the function here. The call statement you can see N1, N2, N3. Three variables we given. In order to receive what? Three values. The function is returning three values. That's why here we are assigning three variables. Okay. Then it will receive x value will be received. X plus 10 will be received by N1. Y plus 10 value will be received by N2, and Z plus 10 value will be received by N3. Okay, then we are printing N1, N2, N3. Okay, you can see 11, 22, 33. 21, 32, and 43. After adding this, the function will be returning this value. Could you understand this program? Another one example.
Yes, sir.
Could you all able to
Yes, sir.
understood? What about rest of the students?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then we want to see one more thing, composition. Composition means group of multiple statements, or merging the multiple statements are called as composition. Okay, 1 minute. Time to about to complete. We will deal the this composition rest of the topics in tomorrow. Okay, have you understand
Okay,
this
sir.
concept? Okay, so today we
Yes.
have seen what are the things we have discussed. Once again, types of argument, and new thing, how to pass a multiple values that already we have seen. How your function is returning multiple values to the call statement. How the function is returning multiple values. Then how the main program will receive multiple values. Okay, so these things we have seen. We understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, students, very nice
Yes,
to
sir.
see you. And if you have any doubt, don't hesitate. You can just simply text me in the WhatsApp, or you can call me also, not an issue. Then I will explain it. Okay, have a good day to all. Bye.